Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so another Game Awards has come and gone. I unfortunately did not get to watch any bit of it because I was working the very first minute that the Game Awards started at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so I got to find out all the information after the fact, and we found out, as soon as I got home, the wife asked me who won Game of the Year, and I was like, to be honest, I don't even know who was running. So, as we look at the nominees, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio were the nominees. I honestly had no idea because I just wasn't paying attention to Game of the Years this year. I've kind of fallen off of it, and it's like if something interesting pops up, especially a game I've never heard of before, then I'd probably check it out. And it's nice to watch because you get to see teasers and whatnot. You know, shout out to The Witcher 4 coming out, so that's going to be a fun time. But I went to look up to see who won Game of the Year, and there's a game that I have not played nor seen before called Astrobot that won. And so naturally I'm just like, interesting. What is this game? What do you do in it? And as far as I can tell, it's like Super Mario Odyssey in a way. It's sort of this like 3D big platformer, multiple levels, stuff like that, jumping around and, you know, just vaulting all over the place. So it's one of those games. Platformers are, you know, relatively fun. But upon further inspection, just seeing like how much depth and how much, you know, this game has to offer, the main campaign runtime is about 8 to 10 hours with, at least what Google's telling me, a platinum trophy could be somewhere around 15 hours. So that plus the main story, just trying to finish everything, could take you 15 to 18 hours. So I was thinking, okay, so this game doesn't have a lot going for it, but visually I could see it's just a, you know, kind of a beautiful looking game and kind of a E for everyone sort of deal. That's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see anything about it. I didn't play the game, so I have no idea as to why it won Game of the Year. And then I started Googling some more, trying to check out other platforms, other websites, articles, seeing like what was everyone else's opinion. And then, of course, the way the Game Awards works, especially for the Game of the Year, they poll about 100 different news article websites to get their idea of what they think is worthy to win. And then 10% is toward the player population, the consumers. They add in, you know, a little bit. So it's very heavy on the articles and the media being able to pick, which is it's kind of sus a little bit, because it could be, you know, it could be slanted to a direction that's not indicative of the greater gaming community, especially the people who actually spend money and time playing these games, not just to review them for whatever reason, but people who put their money where their mouth is, essentially. Like, if I have enough money to purchase a title, I'm going for the one that I think is going to be a lot more fun based on my research. So if not a lot of people played this particular game, but all the media apparatus played it to review it and whatnot, then you're going to have a very slanted perspective. But I wanted to go see who else they were going up against, and Balatro I know nothing of, but I've seen it's actually a pretty good game. I might check it out at some point. It's on Steam, I believe. But taking a look at Black Myth Wukong, I wanted to play that game. I think my computer might be able to play and stream that game. I don't have the best system set up. But after looking on Steam just to get an idea of who is what in terms of reviews and ratings, Black Myth Wukong has 779,000 reviews, and it's overwhelmingly positive with a 96% rating. So that in and of itself tells you this is probably a very fantastic game. Great sales figures just by that number alone. I'm assuming it's multi-platform. It's a Souls-like game. Honestly, kind of wild this one in particular did not win. And then, of course, you've got Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which is an interesting one to add in. And I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents about this one in particular. It is technically DLC. You cannot play Shadow of the Erdtree standalone. You need to purchase Elden Ring, the base game, in order to play the DLC. So it's kind of weird that it's considered Game of the Year. DLC of the Year, sure. But you cannot play that standalone versus every other game on the roster and any other game beforehand that I can think of, they are that game in particular. So weird. You know, another case for like it being a direct sequel. It wasn't. It's technically DLC, expensive DLC. It was like $40 something to own it. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's technically DLC. It's registered as DLC on Steam. So I don't know. Either way. And then you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know, completely standalone game. And then one game in particular, because this entire list, I've not played any of these games except for Metaphor ReFantazio. We are currently going through a live stream of that right now. We're about 25 hours into the game, so that's really the only game I could, you know, give my feedback on so far. And it's a good game because it's made by Atlas, same dudes who did Persona. So personally for me, I feel like if I were to cull half the list, I would say Balatro, Astro, and Elden Ring gets cut. Final Fantasy VII, Metaphor, and Black Myth Wukong might have been the top 3 picks. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's interesting that this game in particular that doesn't really look like it has a lot of meat on it. Does it, you know, present a good E for everyone environment? Probably. But it's I don't know. The game by itself just looks very PlayStation, like you know you're on PlayStation playing this game. It's an exclusive, which doesn't mean much. Past Game of the Year awards have gone to exclusive titles, so that doesn't mean much. But it's very PlayStation-y, which again doesn't mean anything. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like Zelda, you know, Breath of the Wild, Nintendo exclusive, 100%. But you're playing Zelda. You're playing this fantasy open world sort of game. But in Astrobot, just from the clips that I tried looking up, seeing what's in the game, you know, you've got the PlayStation 5 controller that pops up with the bots dancing and all that stuff. And it's like a feel good, and it won some additional awards. Like, what else did it win? It won family game, something like that. Best action adventure, which that's kind of debatable. But I don't know. I was a little bit surprised that not only did this get nominated, but it actually won. But maybe you guys have a better idea out there. Be sure to type it in the comments. Let me know, you know, did you guys play it? Did you guys play the rest of the nominees and be like, yeah, Astrobot should have been the winner? Or maybe it would have been the other ones. Because I would at least think reviews, sales should be considered at like some major degree. Like, we're asking, what is the game of the year? Which game was just awesome beginning to end that the entire community could agree on? Granted, again, 90% goes to the media and their voting. 10% goes to our votes, the consumer, the player. So I don't know. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think about this year's Game Awards. I was just like, weird. I don't know. But yeah, dudes. Just want to drop this real quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Until then, I'll see you guys later.